We are now in Kharkiv. Today is September 10th, 2022, and we will discuss what exactly happened here with my colleague, Czech criminologist Petr Pojman.
As there were two rockets, one of them was in this park where we are sitting now, and the second one on this lower roof of this hotel, which is it's in fact the roof of the swimming pool, which is inside. Yesterday, when we were doing an impact site assessment, we can estimate the direction. The direction was from the north. We are also more or less on the northern part of the city, so it looks that they were the rocket launchers somewhere in Russia, in Belgorod region, in Belgorod Oblast, closer to the border with Ukraine. So these parts of the city are reachable. Yesterday, maybe, like it's my estimation, maybe they were trying to hit particular targets. It was not a chaotic, like an acoustic terror, but it was a real targeting some particular places they wanted to destroy.
We are continuing our interview with a criminologist from Czech Republic, Petr Pojman. Oh, you can hear the air alarm.
And you can see the no reaction from us, which is bad.
Yeah.
But if we would know that there is some place to hide ourselves, we would go there. But
what was your first person experience with kind of bombardment or shelling you heard or saw in Kharkiv?
I'm here for 20 days now, and my personal experience is that the rockets, all the attacks are usually during the night. Missile attacks, especially S-300. There was a report yesterday evening that there was a storage of S-300 rockets liquidated by the Ukrainian army, but it of course doesn't mean that Russian army doesn't have any more S-300 rockets. There are different stories. Some of them were outside, and Kharkiv was under strong, massive attack this night. I was in many places. It's actually more often. What I did more often is impact site assessment of S-300. These attacks took place during the night or early at the morning, or like 8 o'clock at the morning in this time. Yesterday it was different. Yesterday it was like similar like in the situation in March, that the attack took place during the day, about even maybe 10 attacks, we are still not sure. And it was not a missile, it was a rocket from rocket launcher system, probably Uragan. And there were targets. There were a kindergarten, there was this hotel, spa, there were schools, and the church. And apartment buildings, exactly. We were visiting these places, and we see the destruction here. It's probably one of the worst one, because it's a closed area, small park, and this pressure wave went around, so you see the damages is very big. In some, if it's open space, it's not so bad, because there is it looks, these rockets, they are exploding just above the earth, above the ground, and S-300 missile originally it's a missile used against the air targets.
It's a ground to air.
So the explosion is not so strong, and it makes big craters, because explosion is taking place closer to actually
inside the ground.
Inside the crater. So the destruction is not so big. And we had also a tragic experience with Pojman. There were victims.
Pojman, it's artillery system.
Pojman is a 2S7 artillery system, long-range artillery system. It's relatively small, but it's also very damaging. This explosion is also had a strong pressure wave, and unfortunately, in the center of the city, there were not only injuries but also dead people, and this attack also took place during the day.
Last week you made an interview with the chief of police in Kharkiv region, and he shared his assessment of a modus operandi of Russian aggressor. So my question to you as a criminologist, do you agree with him?
In general, I would say I believe with him, as he was talking about topic I was working on it for last, let's say, several months, deviant behavior. It's not only about the Russian army, it's about the Russian government, it's about the Russian society. And we can say, yes, the majority, big majority of the attacks are absolutely unlogic, yeah? And the only reason is violence. But sometimes we, of course, see they are targeting particular, it's especially true closer to the front line. There no investigation is not taking place yet because of course it's everything military secret and like these places cannot be visited, pictured and published. It's like understandable. But even here in Kharkiv, especially yesterday, I think, or if I see the broader picture from March, we see how often the kindergartens are targeted. It doesn't look like a constant, accidental. It looks they are trying to attack in schools, kindergartens, or fire brigades based. So in these cases, they are targeting particular targets, especially with the fire brigades. In March, we saw it. The reason is that they wanted to eliminate their operation, their chance to save some other lives. So in fact, it's a also broader part of this deviant behavior. So you are even killing the people who are already here, you are staying here to save the people of others. If there will be no fire brigades, if there's equipment will be destroyed, and I have seen a lot of places where this equipment is totally destroyed or partly destroyed, because in some impact sites we were meeting with the fire brigades guys, we were talking with them, and they were showing us, look how strong it is. It's like a piece of paper, you know. And I have some experience with building cottage and house, you know, and I know what does it mean to build something by your hands, how expensive it is, how difficult it is, how time consuming it is. And now to rockets, and in 1 second your work of several years is just destroyed in it's lost just in 1 second. This is difficult for me psychologically, because I know what does it mean to do something like this, to build something like this. It's not easy.